afternoon, everybody. It's Mage Captain English. Welcome back to Zelda Ocarina of Time 3D Master Quest. Finally got the title right after how many videos now? I don't know. It's all fine and good. Technically, I didn't even say the Legend of, so no, still haven't said it right. Anyway, last time we did the Water Temple with Monsieur Papa Murph. In this episode, we are not having a guest host because, well, it's only a mini dungeon, so it'd be really over the top to have to do that. So first things first, I would like to apologize for not having a video out yesterday. I don't really have a great excuse for it, but I had a midterm yesterday morning, so I was up all night on Thursday. And as soon as I got home from said midterm, because I didn't have to go to work, for once, I pretty much just slept all day, so I kind of just missed my opportunity to get a video out. And what sucks is that I was up all night last night, too, as a result. And, yeah, that kind of sucked as well. So now I'm really sleep deprived, and let's see if this has any kind of an effect on the commentary, even though I've actually done this sort of a thing before, but it's all fine and good. The other thing that sucks, and you're gonna hear about this in the next Kingdom Hearts as well, but I might as well just mention it here since it's more applicable here. And by the way, I just moved the mic, so that's what that sound was. I don't really have a functioning laptop right now. It's not working. I'm not really sure if I'm gonna try to get it fixed or if I actually am just gonna save up for a new one, because what I think is wrong with it is probably the motherboard, and that would be really expensive. I might as well just get a new one, seeing as how it's getting to be kind of an old laptop anyway. Because of that, and because of this particular recording setup, this is actually a post-commentary. You guys probably figured that out already, seeing as how I haven't actually mentioned anything we're doing yet. So, as a result, anything I record with the 3DS is going to have to be post-commentary, otherwise I can't get both the commentary and game audio, so I have to do them on two different computers, and so that's why I usually do the commentary on my laptop. Can't necessarily do that, but it's all fine and good. I do want to finish this project. I don't want to put it on halt, so I'll see if I can figure something out in the meantime. With that said, though, this is Bottom of the Well. For those of you who don't know Ocarina of Time, this is sort of the pre-dungeon that you do before the Shadow Temple. And the funny thing is, I've recorded the Shadow Temple exactly 2 weeks ago from today. The reason why is because the guy I have coming on for that, I think I already said it, Foya, that was the only weekend he had available, so I had to like play all the way up to that point just to get ready for him on the separate file. So it's all fine and good. This dungeon, though, might as well actually talk about the dungeon we're doing right now. This is not my favorite dungeon in the original game or in this version. And the reason why is because a little bit of non-linearity is a good thing, but at the same time, it's like this dungeon has like no sense of direction to it whatsoever, especially this version, this Master Quest version. If you don't know exactly where you're going, it's very easy to get lost, and you know, there's no kind of clue as to like, okay, well, I got this, so where do I go next? Or I got this key, where do I use it? Or I need a key to get to that door, where's that key? There's like no sense of that whatsoever. Most of the dungeons have not a strict path that kind of like baby walks you through it, but at least there's like some kind of solid path that like after a while you can figure it out. Whereas with this, it's a lot more just free roaming until you finally just figure it out, just because you've been going through it for so long. So that's my main complaint with this dungeon, but overall, it's not that bad, and we are going to be getting into cool stuff. I do actually really like the Shadow Temple, and this kind of is like the pre-Shadow Temple, and I've always wondered why they put it in this game. My theory is that because for the Forest, Fire, and Water Temple, you had sort of like a younger Link equivalent when you were going after the spiritual stones, and because you don't actually have that for the Shadow Temple, I always kind of got the feeling that they were making up for it here by actually giving the young Link sort of a dungeon on his own to go through, even though it's not really a full dungeon, but nevertheless, it's still something. And right after that, you go through the Shadow Temple. So this is, I forgot this guy's name, but I am going to flash his name on screen, though, because I like doing that for boss battles if I don't at least tell you what the name is, just because I forgot to look it up beforehand, sadly. Yeah, so this isn't the first time we're going to fight this guy. Now, this is actually the big boss of the dungeon, though strangely enough, we're not actually done with this, and we still have quite a bit left to go. This guy's actually a lot easier if you already have the item of this dungeon, which is actually very possible, because like I said, it's very non-linear in that sense. So you could have the item of this dungeon when you come here. And he's a lot easier because using that item, you can figure out where he's going to hide, and you don't have to get grabbed by these hands coming from the ground just to get him to pop out. On that subject, though, what a cowardly asshole. The fact that he'll just hide underneath the ground, and you can only go after him when you're being grabbed by one of these motherfuckers over here. So I don't like that. But aside from that, cool boss battle, cool looking boss battle. My god, though, really creepy. Very eerie. I do like the atmosphere of this place. I mean, it used to give me the creeps when I was a kid, and by that standard, that's usually when I judge something as good. If it was actually able to give me the creeps at some point, then I think it's got really good atmosphere. It is possible, as you can see, to get rid of those hands. I don't even know if it's worth it, though, because A, if you get rid of all of them, I don't know how to get him to come up from the ground. I suppose I could have experimented with that, but I didn't. Maybe one of you guys can tell me. But in any case, he is done. And that's always my favorite, how, like, whenever you beat a boss, it kind of glitches Link into, like, spinning around, because I guess he's targeting on something that's, like, directly above him, so I guess the coding kind of freaks out. And why can't this be more like Final Fantasy X, where you can actually open chests from any angle? I mean, that's one of the most convenient things that no one ever talks about, but I often bring up, though, is the fact that you can open a chest from any angle. So before you leave, do not forget to bomb this dirt pile, because we have now our second small key. So we actually picked up 2 small keys. I completely forgot to actually mention the first one, but at least it was there in the footage. So we have 2 small keys, and one of them is actually needed to complete the dungeon. The other one is actually just good for getting a Skulltula. So I think we're going to do that. I think we ended up doing that last. I'm just going to go back to pretending that this is not a post-commentary. Okay, it's all fine and good, though. So anyway, in regards to Kingdom Hearts, that's going to continue on either Monday or Tuesday. I'm not entirely sure, because I could squeeze the Shadow Temple into one video just for the sake of getting back on track, because it's about 35-ish minutes long. So I would appreciate, let me know what you think, okay, because this is something I always kind of make a decision on, but again, I'm not 100% sure what the right course of action would be. Would you guys prefer one long Shadow Temple video, or for me to split it up? I can do it either way. I'm fine doing it either way, but if you guys can let me know, that'd be great. If you're seeing this not tonight, sorry, but I am going to make my decision based on that. Anyway, you want to come down, make sure you don't fall down that damn hole, by the way, because that is a pain in the ass down there. You do want to come down here. Actually, am I going the right... Go, Shanks! Oh, you are going the right way. Never mind. I think it was earlier in the video when I wasn't going the right way. Maybe I should, like, pay attention to the damn footage. I don't know. I was explaining other bullshit earlier on. So when you come in here, they troll your ass so hard in here. Why? Because not only do you have a Floor Master, the regular kind, that's going to split up into 3 different ones as soon as you kill it. But on top of that, as you can see, we have another one coming down from the ceiling, and it's very easy to miss that, and very easy to get caught up by that guy. And if you do, it's going to teleport you to the beginning of the dungeon, which is a huge pain in the ass, which is why I recommend actually going after that one first if you can. I couldn't, so, you know, let's just say I had them both on screen at the same time. Make sure that these last of the little guys don't grab you, because they'll grab onto your face a little bit, and he'll actually go right back into the big one, and it'll erase basically all that progress you made. So, here's a fun little experiment I tried to do. You can place a bomb there, and not only blow up the thing that you needed for the Switch, but actually go after all the Skulltulas as well. I'm actually curious as to why they put the Skulltulas there. Maybe just for fun, because they knew people would try to do that. I would try to do that if I were a game developer. It's all fine and good, though. So yeah, it's very annoying that those things respawn, but, you know, that's just how it is, I guess. At least it's not as bad as Mega Man, where, like, the enemies will respawn, like, instantaneously just from slightly off the screen. A little obnoxious, but, you know, for the challenge factor, it is pretty cool, so I won't brag on it too much. So we don't have too many rooms left to explore, although we do still need to get the item of the dungeon, so we're going to do that now. You want to come down here, and it makes a treasure chest appear, as you can see. And I'm actually going to go for that treasure chest, but first things first, you really want to make sure that you go after this Floor Master, because he's going to come when you least expect it, and if you don't go after him, you're not even going to think to look, because you're concentrating on other things as we're about to say. So when you come over here, ow, you want to play the Sun Song. Alright, do not attempt to go after these guys, because the Redeads will freeze you, they're going to kill your ass, they're going to take away a lot of damage, you're not going to get past it very easily. But it's so much better if we could just play the pacifist role, and not even have to go after them, because you can simply just mummify them, and just leave them like that. And then we get our Lens of Truth, which is awesome. So for those of you who don't know, the Lens of Truth is a magic-consuming item that allows you to see things that aren't actually there, or things that are invisible, I really should say. So now we're actually going to go after a Skulltula, but I spent a couple minutes looking for the Skulltula, so I think what I'm going to do is see you guys as soon as I'm in the right passageway here. Okay, we are back, and as you can see from the bottom left screen, this is the passage you want to go through. I was exploring all of them, and that was kind of needless. So this is where your Skulltula is. So now I believe we've already taken care of one. Actually, I think, yeah, only one Skulltula. I think we still have 2 to go. One of them can't be obtained until you get the Lens of Truth, or at least not very easily. And the other one just requires a key. We just didn't go in that door yet. So as soon as we take care of that, we're actually going to be done with the dungeon right then and there, because we already took care of the boss really early on. Like I said, a very non-linear dungeon where you can kind of do anything you want in almost any order you want. So it's kind of hard to formulate a strategy based on that. You can basically just go about it however you want if you just know where everything is. And on that note, I believe we are going to go after the Skulltulas right now. One of them, like I said, it's going to be... Actually, no, isn't... I don't know. I guess both the past me and the present me were getting confused at the same time. So you want to come down here, and there is a locked door, but of course we still have that last key from before. And make sure you go after that key in the dirt patch, because that's one of the easiest things to leave behind. Now, this room has absolutely no purpose in this version of the game, aside from the Skulltula. So, ignore the coffins. All they're going to do is create more enemies for you to fight, and there's absolutely nothing for you to obtain in this room outside of that Skulltula. That is it. That's all you want to go for. So that takes care of that. And now we only have one left, so we're going to go for that shortly. It is actually in the door that should be right around here, if I remember correctly. It's in the middle of that main room. Dude, you're pissing me off, man. You're pissing me off. Alright, cool. So come down here and go up this ladder thingy-mabobba-majingama thing. And we want to go back to the center of the room. Now, this is a switch that we had stepped on almost at the beginning of the video. But as soon as you do this, you have access to this door over here. And this is the one I was talking about. It requires the Lens of Truth because all of these enemies are invisible. So, again, it's a lot easier if you... I think this is one to the left there I completely forgot about. So, yeah, first time I came in here, I was like, what the hell is this? Is this one of those friggin' troll rooms that are just there for the sake of being weird? Because, especially in Master Quest, they do that a lot. But that's actually not the case. They said this room actually does have a purpose, and that's that last Skulltula down there, so we're going to take care of that real quick. And collect the token. Good. Alright, so, thank you guys for watching. Next time on Ocarina of Time 3D Master Quest, Korafori and I will be taking on the Shadow Temple. See you guys next time!